Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things. Ballin' the solo way. And if you pattern my trend, I make you my protege. Crossing that soldier race.
Balling. Everybody, this is Jason Matthews. We hear about athletes all the time go broke. We see on ESPN, we see the news articles. Today, I'm really going to tell you guys the true 7 reasons why athletes go broke. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're an athlete, come talk to me. But today, we're going to talk about the top 7 reasons athletes go broke. I've done tons of research on it. I've seen tons of videos. I've seen tons of documentaries, read tons of articles. So I'm really going to go through this. I see it at a time when people get lump sums of money. I see it with athletes. As always, a lot of it goes hand in hand, and we blame the athletes. But oftentimes, we have to realize this. These are young men who are still growing, who get a lot of cash, a lot of lump sum of money that they're not used to. A lot of these people might have came from impoverished conditions, not just them, but their family, and they think that they have more money than what they actually have. So let's really go into deep this. Rule number 1, they don't know how to say no. Right? When you get a lump sum of money, you get tons of money. The problem is this. Everybody knows how much money you make. Why is that? When you watch ESPN, we watch Fox Sports, they put on public record how much money you have. So everybody thinks that you owe them money. I hate that we put how much the athletes make, but when the NFL has their union negotiations, they don't want to open up the books and say how much their owners make, but they're willing to tell about the players. And the problem with that is now their family knows, now their friends know, now the whole hood knows about how much money they have. So what do they have to learn how to do? They have to say no. The problem is you're asking 21, 22, 23-year-olds, 20 years old, sometimes 19-year-olds to say no. But you have to figure out a way to say no. It's one of the first reasons you have to figure out. If you don't, people will always try to milk you to keep getting cash and cash to get some of your cash. I need this, I have a business idea, I have this. You gotta learn how to say no. And oftentimes these young people do not know how to say young to their mother, their father, their friends they grew up with, their coaches, or anybody else. So rule number 1, reason people go broke is they simply don't know how to say no. And number 2, they think they will play forever. Let me say this. Not everybody's going to be Tom Brady, who's going to play for 20, 30 years. Most athletes' lifespan is going to be less than 5 years. But they think they're going to be having a Tom Brady career, where they're going to be playing for 20, 25, 30 years like Tom Brady. It's not going to happen for 99% of athletes. They have a very short life to live. But when you're young and your top physique of your body, you think you're going to live forever. And so you think you're going to play forever. So one of the biggest mistakes is you think this cash is just going to keep coming in forever. No, you got 3.5 years to make the best of it, make the best of all the opportunity, make the best of that money. And oftentimes you're not going to get a second, third, or fourth, or fifth contract, and you might not live and play as long as Tom Brady. So you have to plan accordingly to that and have your lifestyle based off you not playing forever. Number 3, they think they have more money than they actually have. It kind of goes along with number 2. They think a million's a million. But if you're in California, right, a million's not a million. And a million's not a million even in Texas, where they have no state income taxes. Remember, a million is really more like 600,000, 500,000 once you put in the federal income taxes, the state income taxes, the Medicare taxes, paying your agent, and everything else. So that million that they think they got is actually not a million. It's a lot less than that. So they have to plan accordingly towards that, and they have to realize that. But when you think you got a million, you're not even thinking about taxes because you're not properly financially educated on it, that's a world of trouble for you. Number 4, y'all gonna laugh about this, baby mamas. Baby mamas will kill you in the bank. If you have multiple baby mamas, it will kill the bank. And we hear about it when these athletes are having multiple baby mothers. The child support kills them. Even after they're playing, the courts, the judges, they have to fight to lower their child support, even though they're not getting the same income that they normally was. So one thing to limit all those that costly monthly expenses is a limited amount of baby mamas. Have one, that's it, and have a bunch of kids from her. But multiple baby mamas would kill you, especially if they're in different states, because every state child support laws are different. And it hurts the athlete's pocket all the time. We saw Terrell Owens crying and saying he wasn't worth as much money, his income wasn't the same. Baby mamas will kill your net worth, and that's why a lot of athletes go broke. Number 5, we don't talk about this, it's healthcare costs. Oftentimes, athletes, when they leave the field, and they have prolonged injuries. And depends on how long they've been in the league that they played on, NBA, NHL, NFL, MLB, they might not have all the healthcare benefits after they leave that job because they might not work enough hours or years to get those lifelong healthcare costs. So oftentimes those healthcare costs simply hurts them in the bank, as the number one reason Americans file for bankruptcy every year is healthcare costs. Imagine these athletes who might have head trauma, have leg problems, or any other health issues that are magnetized more because they were athletes than the most everyday American might have. 6, bad advisors. We hear about it. We heard Floyd Mayweather had a bad advisor before. We heard Terrell Owens had a bad advisor. They're simply not having the right advisors on their team. They're having bad advisors who's not giving them the proper right information. Sometimes it might be their friend who's have this business and he's giving advice, but he doesn't know a lick about money. So they keep getting this bad, improper advice, and they're not having the right advisors. And bad advisors will make you invest in things you should not be, might not hit your investment objective or anything you're trying to accomplish with your money. So the key is for a lot of these guys is they just have bad advisors, and they think the advisor on the team because it was referred to them from their sports agent, or it might have been their buddy who always had this idea. But the key is you have to find a right advisor. And we see it with the everyday American who just don't get the right advice. Right now, there's a huge amount of information. There's a huge amount of news. And sometimes these people might be getting it from social media, from their friends, from TikTok, from Snapchat. But you make sure that you have to get the right advisors on your team that you trust, who give you the proper advice, and know what they are doing, and not just no fly-by person who's just there today and gone tomorrow. And 7 is trying to stunt. We see it. They got multiple cars. You're popping balls at the club. You're doing all this, and they're trying to stunt way too hard. Keep your life simple. Keep it very simple. You don't have to stunt. You might have one stunt car, but having multiple stunt cars and you're on your rookie contract and you don't know if it's going to guarantee last forever, it's going to kill you. You popping bottles instead of ordering a drink or two at the bar is going to kill you. So limit on how much you stunt and not try to support everybody who's around you. If they don't have the money to go, they can't go. It's part of rule number 1 is saying no. And so that's what it is. Now, these are just 7 of my rules why I see athletes go broke. I seen the documentary on ESPN Broke. I seen all the articles about it, bad advice about it with Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan. But if you guys have any questions, give me a call, 510-229-7608, or email me at matthewsfinancial@gmail.com. Me and my office will give you guys great advice, help you out, but more importantly, hit that subscribe button. Hope everybody have a good day. Talk to you later.